Okay.
So this is a 4-bar exercise by Morello, great drummer, and I saw this in Modern Drummer many years ago, probably we'll say about 1993, 94, and I was intrigued by it because it said drummers like Jack DeJohnette, Roy Haynes, John Riley play this very naturally, very easily, and I thought, really, okay. So I looked at it, but I'm not a great music reader. I'm not a great music reader today. But I always remembered that my teacher, one of the few teachers I've had, Chris Rose was his name. And Chris was top of his class in Rice University, summa cum laude of percussion. And he took one look at this thing and he tried to play it and he could not play it. And he actually threw my Modern Drummer magazine, which at that time cost, $3.50 or whatever. So it was a lot to me, but he threw that across the room, almost destroyed it. And keep in mind, this was a very mellow guy. He was a very mellow man. And it took a lot to get him excited like that. And he looked at me and he said, Jimmy, no one will ever ask you to play anything like that at any time. You don't have to get into that. You don't have to worry about that kind of thing. And I said, oh, okay. So the following week, we had our lesson. We talked about whatever rudiments, we talked about everything. And then he asked me if I wanted to talk to him about anything, which we often did at the end of our lesson. And I said, yeah, I just wanted to show you this, Chris. And I played this. This is just the hands now. There's feet here, but we're not going to even try to put them in. Again. And that is a 4-bar triplet influenced exercise written by Joe Morello and I think by John Riley. One of the things that helped shape my own sense of jazz, drumming, and independence, if anything.
So what happened when you played that for him?
Oh, he actually shook my hand and he wished me luck in my career. And he said, if you're going to get into this kind of thing, there's nothing more I can show you. And so that was kind of an interesting thing. I think I got 4 lessons with him. That was my most formal study of the drums. But even at this point, I'll try to play this exercise various ways, backwards, start at different bars and whatnot. And it's also has taught me what would be called, I would think, technique, because certain things on here, when you try to do it, you just can't do it, and you have to actually kind of think about it for a minute. Well, how could I do it? And I'm sure they teach these things at college, but for a guy who's on his own, doing this on his own, I think I've looked into this as much as I can over these years. I'll play it one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.